A sword is more than just a piece of sharpened steel, it's a tool of change, a weaver of fortune. From the moment I first held the blade, I knew that mastery of the sword held the key to our clan's future. In the midst of chaos and uncertainty, it is the edge of steel that can cut through the veil of fate. Being good was not enough. To change destiny, one has to be the best. The arena became my second home. And I became the sword, the steel, the swing. Each step a piece of danse most deadly, a dance learned to perfection. Preparing for the day when my skills could serve my clan and deliver on my ambition. And score some battle loot along the way, of course. I am Arland, from the village of Oritan, in the kingdom of Vlandia. Welcome to the day Oritan Chronicles, life in Calradia. But let's start where it all began. Nestled in the midst of mountainous terrain, the picturesque village of Oritan lies near the bustling town of Ocs Hall. Its charm, accentuated by a meandering river that yields high-quality potter's clay that is sold on Calradian markets far and wide. Arland and his 4 siblings are well known in the village, having grown up here. Although still grieving from the recent loss of their parents in the war, they are inspired by their inheritance, which comprises of some farmland on the outskirts of the village.
Arland plans on acquiring additional plots in the villages surrounding Ocs Hall
to ensure a larger and consistent stream of revenue, vital for sustaining the growth of the warband and fledgling clan. Now, to amass the wealth needed to acquire more plots to farm, Arland is intent on partaking in the lucrative business of raiding, targeting sea raiders and brigands that plague the surrounding lands. A few moments later,
Infantry! Kill them all!
we did not even have to go and look for sea raiders. We were barely across the river from Ocs Hall when we were approached by one of their bands. They were under the impression that we were going to pay their ransom, but we had other plans.
Give them hell! Move it! Move!
The following months consisted of raiding, mostly sea raiders, with some brigands and mountain bandits as well, while turning the battle loot profits into additional plots of farmland from the villages along the way, as was the plan. For this Arland and his warband had to travel throughout Vlandia, and he met some travelers en route who had specific skills that would come in handy. So he asked those of them that were looking for work to join his party. The first of these was a Rodok infantry soldier named Rimus. Already in the warband, he impressed Arland enough with his skills in battle that he was asked to join as a companion, becoming part of the clan. As they traveled, Arland and his companions would join tournaments held in towns they passed by, with varying success. Calradian tournaments were grand events that showcased chivalry, martial skills, and prowess in combat. Gathered from near and far, nobles, knights, and regular soldiers would assemble to demonstrate their prowess in jousting, sword fighting, and other displays of skill. Contested over 4 rounds, the champion stands to win a grand prize such as a helmet, a horse, a sword, or an axe, among other coveted items.
By my blade, you're a tough opponent.
To be able to join a kingdom as a vassal, one has to establish a reputation as a reliable and esteemed liege throughout both the kingdom itself and the wider Calradian lands.
Well landed.
This ultimately hinges on renown, an accolade earned by tournament champions, which is a valuable asset in these war-torn times.
The lad Arland put up a good fight indeed. He may lack experience, but he has a quick eye with some solid determination. With each battle, he grows stronger and more skilled. I have no doubt he will become a daunting opponent soon. It took me no time to decide to join the Oritan clan, and I hope to be of good service, be it in the battlefield or arena.
So to receive recognition for my abilities on the battlefield is truly gratifying. May our banner fly high, and our swords remain true,
As you face the triads that lie ahead.
We won!
In the course of our travels so far, we have crossed paths with some interesting individuals. Allow me to tell you about 2 of these. In the forest of eastern Battania, one can find the Dryads, a community of women who, seeking refuge from misfortune, sought sanctuary in the woods. They became masters of the forest, learning its every swirl and shadow, until they could feel the dance of the winds that whispered through the leaves. As time passed, a leader emerged from between them named Fiacine. She managed to convince some of them to join her warband and venture out of the woods to look for adventure. Today, the Dryads stand as a minor faction with 4 warbands, and we were fortunate enough to cross paths with the company led by one called Siatra. We learned that there are some Dryads at Batanian towns looking to join warbands for mercenary work. They are exceptional archers. So naturally, we recruited some of them at the first opportunity. Vlandia, the ruler, is king d'Erter de Merok, who holds dominion over the towns of Galan and Savgo, as well as Talivel Castle. They say that in his youth he harbored the dreams of leading glorious campaign and expanding the border of his kingdom. The reality of his reign, however, has consisted of navigating the intricate web of rivalries among his barons. While most Vlandian compliment is diplomatic finesse, there are those that long for a more martially inclined ruler. It was on our way back to Oritan, while on the road between the towns of Pravant and Ocs Hall, we were coming out of the village of Fregian, when news reached us that coming into the village was none other than the king himself, and the royal retinue, of course. Filled with nervous excitement, we set out on our path and was a bit surprised when the monarch returned our greeting and even stopped to exchange a few pleasantries. When we resumed our journey, I was convinced that as soon as our warband is ready, I shall swear allegiance to King d'Erter and join Vlandia as a vassal.
And with that, we have come to the end of our first look
Into the lives of the Day Oritan clan.
Be sure to join us again soon for more adventures in Calradia.